Every summer, it seems like legislatures around the country pass and invariably governors sign bills into law that try to do something about the national disgrace of abortion. For as long as I can remember, since the Supreme Court created the right to abortion, states in our republic have tried to stand up to this atrocity. Invariably, the states have their laws thrown into the courts, and invariably, the Supreme Court has stopped them. Let me say something as a member of the pro-life movement. We will never back down. We will never quit. We will never cease to try to protect the unborn. On my campaign literature, I use 3 words to describe myself: Christian, conservative, and Republican. I try to conduct my life in that order. The way I live my life, the way I think, and the way I act hopefully reflect those monikers. That's not to say I'm perfect. I am an imperfect man with many flaws, but I rely on the goodness and forgiveness of the God I know to help me get through each day. As a Christian, I have no doubt it is my obligation to oppose abortion. If you see differently, that's the beauty of living in the United States. We're free to disagree. But I want to make clear to anyone who hears my voice how I stand and how I think. I won't shirk from this, and I will not back down. The scripture I read tells me to love God with all my heart and to love my neighbor as myself. That puts a tremendous mantle of responsibility on me that I take very seriously. I hope to live my life in a fashion that exhibits the love of the living God. That means that I don't cast stones or condemn anyone who's made a mistake in their life. I try not to cast stones at all. I know God's love is timeless, and it's at the ready, and it's always available. My consternation in the abortion debate is not with families or people who've made hard choices. My beef is with politicians and judges who've enabled the slaughter of millions in our country and around the world. I believe government is best when it does the least amount possible. I think it is an obligation, however, of government to protect those who can't protect themselves. If government can't protect the helpless, what's the point of even having a government? Let me say this on a personal note. I was an adopted baby. I had a great life, and I was reared by a family who wanted me. I often hear extremists in this discussion say that carrying a baby to term means that you're strapped with that child the rest of your life. No, it doesn't, and I can attest to that fact. Our country has plenty of people who will adopt children. Our country has faith-based organizations who will facilitate adoption. There are many, many answers to these hard questions, but taking of a human life is never an answer I will accept. If you send me to Baton Rouge, you'll never have to worry where I stand on abortion. I'm Charles Owen. I approved and paid for this message.